What's up guys, my name is Liam, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Wlmouse Sword X. It's no secret that Wlmouse has been killing it, putting out hit after hit. So how does their new Ergo mouse stack up against the competition? And more importantly, is this going to be the perfect game mouse for you? Let's check it out. Before we get started, I did want to let you know this was sent out to me. However, everything you're going to be seeing in this video is going to be my own words and my own opinions. The overall aesthetic of this box does look very clean. You simply just slide it out. Obviously, the mouse and the dongle get stored in here. I do really like how they do provide several different options for grip tape. You have these smaller strips here, and all their grip tape does feel really great and premium. They include both a white and a black colorway, the corner style skates. And then you do get some alcohol swabs to remove any adhesive from the bottom of the skates. Finally, this last box, all that's included inside of here is going to be the USB-C cable. And here's a quick close-up look of the receiver. As you can see, it does have these cutout designs where you can see an LED indicator. You do have 3 buttons over here on the side in case you do not want to use the web-based software. Closest to the USB-C cable, this is where you change your pulling rate. This is to change your DPI. And then down here on the bottom, it changes the liftoff distance. Power on and off button down here. They did kind of put this plastic hinge on it. I actually do like that. It does make it a little bit easier to actually turn this on or off. But as you can see, it does come with dot skates. Just so you guys know, when you do get this out of the box, it does have like a really big piece of clear plastic on the bottom. After you peel that piece of plastic off, there is still going to be an extra set of plastic covering over here on the skate. So you will need to actually scratch on those to remove them. The whole layout on this isn't really that bad. It hasn't been bothering me very much at all. I do really appreciate the fact how they did include more of a solid filling over here for your thumb side. The one unfortunate thing, somewhat for me, however, is they do have these cutouts down here. Now, at first, I'll be honest with you guys, these cutouts were kind of bothering me, but I've been using this for a week, like almost nonstop, and I did kind of get used to them. So I am kind of on the fence at this point, whether or not I am going to have to throw the grips on here, but at least they do have that as an option. The really good grips it does come with in case these were to actually bother you. This does have some type of a different feeling coating on the surface than their previous mice, and it does feel a bit more grippy. My hands are usually on the drier end, but it has been adding some additional grip. I have noticed if it's been getting really hot, which it typically does where I am, my hands, if they were to get a little bit more clammy, it does still offer a pretty good sense of grip. I did mess around with wetting my hands if you get really sweaty hands. It did appear to become a little bit more slippery, but all around the coating is an improvement and step up from the previous versions. My copy did come included with the Omron opticals, which is typically my preference for switches lately. I do really like how lightweight that they feel. I get practically no pre or post travel, so everything really feels on point with that. The implementation from front to back does feel pretty solid. It gets a little bit heavier in the back, but nothing major. Wlmouse has always been really good with having really consistent clicks, and just in all honesty, no matter where you click from, even up here in the front, typically usually get a lot more play, but barely any additional play there. So I really feel like the clicks on here are nailed down. They feel excellent. Just very minimal side-to-side play here, but they feel really solid in game. Nothing that I notice at all as I'm using this normally. The scroll feels similar to the other mice. I'm so happy they're going with this rubberized ring now. You do get a very light scroll there with lightly filling defined steps. Center scroll wheel is a little bit on the lighter end, and then the side button design here, as you can see, you have a little bit of these larger side buttons, and in just all honesty, everything about this feels great. You get almost no pre-travel. Even the post-travel on here feels fantastic. Just a little bit of rocking back and forth, mostly on the rear button, but again, everything about this really does feel solid and like a top tier mouse as far as the build goes. So let's just go ahead and drop the click sound test. For the weight and balance, everything on my copy feels spot on. front to back and even left to right. They are now using this brand new web-based software, Everything has been very easy to use. Once you come in here, all the settings that are important are right here for you to adjust. Setting your polling rate to 8K, your DPI. It even allows you to adjust your debounce setting down to 0 milliseconds to get the lowest click latency possible. As for the performance, everything on my copy has been feeling great. Currently, I've been having issues with my XLAT and the Omron opticals. I'm not sure if it's just some type of issue I am currently having with the XLAT system not being properly compatible with that, but all the previous numbers that I ran in the past, the performance on this really is top tier and all around just feels excellent. I really have been enjoying the shape of this. I don't feel like anything on it is too extreme as far as any of the slopes from left to right. It even has a really natural feeling curve right here from front to back. Even on the bottom here, you can see it does have some slightly aggressive flare outs on the left and right side. So let's just go ahead and jump into some of the comparisons so you can see what exactly it stacks up against. So first off, when comparing it up against the Wlmouse Thorn, here's just a quick look over here on the bottom. As you can see, it does kind of have these aggressive flare outs towards the rear back here. Putting these together, the grip width in the middle, they don't feel a whole lot further apart from one another. And typically I usually show you the back. I guess I'll just go ahead and do that really quick, even though I'm going to be showing you some photos. But as I do go back and forth and grip each one of these, I do feel like there is a bit more of a presence right here on this side, with it sticking out a little bit more on here with the Thorn, whereas the flare just kind of feels softer going out, kind of tapering less aggressively out there to the rear. Next up, putting up against the Pulsar X-Lite V2, looking at both of these over here from the bottom, you can see that the overall size of these is not really that far apart from one another. There feels like there's a little bit more height over here on the Pulsar X-Lite, but here's a look of the curve profile going from the left side over to the right. And then finally, we'll go and throw it up against the DeathAdder V3 Pro. Here's a look of what the bottom of these look like, the curve profile from left to right. And I would say that all around that the DeathAdder V3 Pro, it does feel like a bit of a larger mouse compared to the Sword X. Alright guys, so that about wraps things up on the Wlmouse Sword X. There's no question that they have perfected the mice making craft down. Everything about this really feels fantastic. It's got incredible weight. I do appreciate how they're kind of trying to get rid of the holes on the side. I've never really been a fan of that before, but everything else as far as the feeling of the scroll wheel, clicks, side buttons, everything about it really does feel fantastic. So if this looks like anything that would be of any interest to you, I can definitely say, even with the performance of this thing, I would absolutely recommend checking it out. So if you do have any additional questions or feel like I left anything out, please let me know down in the comments below. Aside from that, if you have enjoyed watching this video and are interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, please drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.